The Sonic Rumble playtesting phase has begun, and today, I'm here to give my thoughts on all of it. So fortunately, I was able to partake in this beta testing, and honestly, this game was really fun. Although admittedly, it truly is just Fall Guys, but with Sonic stuff, with, a small twist to it, Sonic gimmicks implemented, but it's still fun despite that. First things first, I thought it was kind of funny that this game actually opens with a little bit of a story introduction. Nothing insane, but there's some sweet art that just kind of introduces the idea of what this game even is. Basically, Eggman is so bored and tired of losing to Sonic that he straight up makes toy replicas of all the characters and just decides to start play fighting with them, bruh. And eventually, at the end of this little animatic, we get to see that Sonic is invited to partake in this little game, and that's really about it. Seeing this opening little mini cutscene just really shows why the game was initially called Sonic Toys Party in Development. I mean, it makes sense. So getting into the game itself, you can see that the game has a tutorial, and this tutorial is actually pretty good. It shows you all the mechanics and just gives you a good, well-rounded knowledge of how the game works. And I think for a mobile game like this, it makes sense to have more of a proper tutorial and not just throw you straight in so that you actually know what you're doing. And let me be honest, going around this tutorial was just a blast. The control felt amazing. The acceleration, deceleration, and the turning just felt really good. Sonic didn't have too much traction to where he felt like he was a rock, but he also wasn't too slippery where you didn't have any control of him. It was just right. Admittedly, he is a little bit slow, but still, it's not too bad at all. I know that it's a slower paced game, but there are plenty of, dash panels and whatnot to help keep the pace higher. Now, I know they say seeing is believing, but man, I gotta tell you, the game was running great, and this footage is not at all accurate of what the game looks like, so just take that, take that into account. So getting into the game itself, all the mini games were super duper fun, man. And it's certainly not just me saying that. I mean, heck, even Bill Clinton liked them, I guess. I think some of my favorite game modes had to be the ring collection mode, where you basically had to race to the end of the stage with some obstacle set in place, and you just gotta collect as many rings as you can. Lava Mountain was a really good one too, because the lava was rising, but you had to collect all the rings as you went. It was just, I liked this one. Another standout was Seaside Hill Survival. This was essentially a fully 2D platforming stage that was it actually had some challenge, and B, you got this flippin' fish chasing you, and I actually almost died when playing this, so it actually had some good difficulty to it. And bringing this up, I just really like the structure of the game. I think the 3-round system integrated here is just really nice. The first round in every game is pretty simple, just a race to the end, who can get there first, and that's about it. Once about half of the players are eliminated due to this round, we move on to the survival round. This varies from the fish, like I was mentioning, to the Death Egg robot charging at you on a small platform. I like the variety here, these are pretty cool. Then the third round is Ring Collection. And the name says it all, you just gotta get through the entire thing and get as many rings as you can. And whoever has the most rings at the end of the stage gets to be the winner of the entire game. And man, all of these rounds were just so much fun, dude. I really loved what they had to bring to the table here. And they weren't just map switches, they truly did have little bits of different mechanics to them. Especially the survival round, that was definitely the most varied. And honestly, that was just something I wasn't expecting to see. I was really expecting it to just be kind of just model swaps, with a couple little changes, but no, they are completely different. And not only all of that, all of these stages, all of this gameplay is being done over an absolutely banger soundtrack. I know Sonic soundtracks are renowned for being so good, but daggum, this is a mobile game. I was not expecting them to go this crazy with it. So yeah, man, I had a ton of fun with the gameplay, but also something I was shocked about was how fun the progression is. It definitely didn't feel super spammy with microtransactions, although there were promoted to be some, and of course this is a beta build, so there aren't ads yet, so you don't really know how desperate they are going to be for money until it comes out, but as it stands, progression felt really natural, but just didn't also feel like it just wanted you to buy a ton of stuff, which I hope is a thing even in the final release. So yeah, man, all I really gotta say is that I loved this game, and I just really think it's gonna be a fun time to play this game with your friends. Although co-op hasn't been implemented yet, they do say that it will be there, so That is going to be so much fun, man. So I'm glad that they're making a true, fully online Sonic game. That's just super sick. I know we've had stuff like Force's Speed Battle, but I mean, that's just better rails switching. I mean, it's really not that great. So seeing a fully fledged, like, platformer where you have full control of Sonic in a multiplayer setting? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm not gonna talk on any longer. I do hope all of you have a great day. I'll see you next time. God bless.